Hello, and welcome back to the channel and some more Palworld. So I wanted to go over kind of another kind of tips and tricks and stuff that I'm learning. There's a lot. This game, the longer I play it, the more I get into it, the more the more there is in this game. It is ridiculous. First thing you'll notice is my base. We end up turning off the raids. The raids were just getting out of hand, and we're playing with some people that don't really do this. So since we're on the server, we had to do that in the server configuration. If your raids are too much, you can just go into your game on single player and just kind of edit and do what you want to do and change that stuff. But yeah, so there's a lot of settings and stuff in there. I can't really show you that because being on the server, it's just a text file. But when you load your game up, you can change all those options, and I highly recommend you going and doing that if you're having issues. Now, a couple of things I want to kind of go over that I've kind of learned. I'm playing on the keyboard on the PC. If you hit 4, you can set these things up, right? So I had it in originally where we have. Let's see if I can find one here real quick. Oh, here you are. So if you have a daydream or a dizzy, right? And we go ahead, we drop her in, and I have the items so that the daydream follows me around. The problem with this is if you have this screen open and you have like command aggressively, right? If my daydream is on command aggressively. Now, if you want this to go where they just kind of go and... Oh, you're not going to attack anybody this time? No, you're not going to do that? Let me go ahead and pull this guy out. So, he's on command aggressively right now. He's just going to start attacking anything that even gets remotely close. Which can be a bad thing, especially when I start running into... Oh, you're not going to attack the Memorest? You're only going to kill little things, huh? Alright. I'm out of bullets. You're lucky. But you can hit F, or not F, the number 4, and you can turn them to don't attack. So, if I have the daydream out, and you have them on command same focus, they'll start attacking things. But, like I said, you just go to command don't attack, and then it turns off so that they'll stop attacking so that you can actually tame things. It's really, really important, or really helpful. Another thing, if you hit control, if you're fighting, you can dodge. You would think that this is a pretty common thing. And I watched everybody else on the entire server that I was running around and playing with and stuff like that, like dodging and stuff, and it just never crossed my mind. It's the control key. You hit control and you can dodge. It's great. I highly recommend it. It is very helpful for boss fights. You live a lot longer. It's awesome. So practice that. It is a good item and a good fun, especially when you have a large boss that's trying to throw rocks at you, or half of a house or something. Being able to dodge out of that attack allows you to live a lot longer. Another thing, we can go in here. We can go to our. So I have a couple of fruits here. So this is Spark Blast. Where you get these at is like we're in the very beginning of the map here. This is your starting location, the Plateau of Beginnings. You just come down the road here, and then once you kind of get over here to these guys, you can kind of run over here. And there's these cool little trees. And sometimes you find the fruits as... I don't know if I've ever seen one as a drop. But I found them on the ground randomly sometimes. So if you come over this direction, there is an egg up here. So you can go ahead and you can grab the egg. If my backpack's not full of stuff. I think my backpack's full of stuff. It is. So you can grab the egg. And then you come over here and there's these cool little like blue glowy trees. And they have skills on them. Let me drop some more. Put that in there. I'll just drop this. I don't need those on me. So you can grab these guys here. Uh, so, and depending on the skills you get, okay, give me that. Give me. Oh, am I full again? I'm full again. Just keep dropping things. There you go. All right. So you can do that now. If you go into your party here, and I select my Griswold, right? He has Lightning Claw, Shockwave, Lightning Streak, right? And then I think you can left click and you can choose, like, he has Spark Blast that he's also learned, and I can trade Spark Blast out. If I go into my inventory, I can right click on this, and then I can choose who I want to give it to. Now, if he's electric, I can still give him a grass skill or a water skill or whatever, but that is really helpful. And then you just go back to your party, you select him, you left click, and then you'll have a list of skills here that you can pick from. So if you kind of want to put fire skills on it, so you can, you know, fight somebody, or, you know, you can kind of trade things back and forth and kind of make things a little bit easier. It's very, very helpful. It's, you know, a really cool thing, and then you do that by finding those skills, and then, or finding the fruits and then feeding them. It's great. It's very helpful. Okay, weapon slots. So we all know we have weapon slots, but when you first start, you like throw your torch, your pickaxe, and your axe in, and then you throw your weapon in, right? And that's kind of the way the game puts you together. You can take your pickaxes and axes out, and you can just have 3 weapons. It says weapon slot. I didn't realize that for a long time, and I ran around with a pickaxe, and I was like, dude, I really wish I could, you know, swap between weapons, and, you know, and then one time I went to just throw a weapon in there, and it worked, and I was like, oh my lord, my prayers have been answered. Just as a, you know, general thing, that is such a stupid little thing, but if you don't think about it and it's just not there, it's not there. So there is that. I need ingots. All right, let's see. All right, and then go ahead and max those out. I'll have to go get more iron in a minute. I keep calling it iron. I don't know if it's just metal. It's iron, copper, but you eventually change it to make refined metal, and that you do with carbon. So, all right. So the next thing we want to do here, if you press and hold your button, you can kind of look at it, right? So right now, you see right now it says back bonus. So if you have a back bonus, but as soon as he turns around, it dropped to 5. So if you have a back bonus, you can do that. If you right click, you can cancel it and you don't throw your ball. The other thing you can do is, I have this guy here. This is a status effect. So if I walk up and just smack this guy and then do that, now you'll see it went from 5 to 8% because he has a status effect on him. And then as soon as that status effect goes away, it'll drop back down to 6%. So the further you beat them, and then we can go ahead and dodge that guy there. Oh, and then and if you get too close to your base, your entire base will activate if you're in a fight and come out and basically destroy things. But activating status effects like poison or lightning or stuff like that will give you a bonus. If you hit them in the back, it will give them a bonus. So there's a lot of bonuses, especially if you're trying to capture something and you're having trouble with it. There's ways to kind of get around that. And obviously, the higher your ball is, right? So if we go look at this guy right here, he has a 7%. Now he has a 29%. Whoops. Just wasted that ball. And now he has a 66%. So there are ways to get, you know, your bonuses going up. Some of those make sense, and, you know, when you think about them, that, you know, it makes a lot of sense. But if you don't know to ask the question, that you don't know the answer is there. So there is that. And then if you're in your base. So I'm sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. I've the last couple of days I've just kind of put together a bunch of stuff, and, you know, just I've have a thing going. So if you go in your base, and like right now everybody's depressed, like that'll eventually wear out. But let me go to my other base, or one of my other bases. Here, it's up here. Let's see if anybody up there is sad. Oh, look at that. Everybody's starving. It makes sense. So what it seems to be happening is, especially with the floaters at night, they'll go to sleep or they'll stop working and they'll just kind of stop and then they'll just kind of float. And if you have ones that are like incapacitated or stuff like that, just come over to your PAL box. I usually grab like these are bad, right? So this guy is starving. I'll just grab somebody here and I'll just drop him down like this and then do that. So that way it basically resets them to the box, and that allows them to basically start going where they need to go again. And I'll just kind of work through all of them and then just kind of reset them to the box. And then that allows you to at least do that. Now the ones that are incapacitated, just pull them out for a little bit. And then just let them sit there for 10 minutes. Now, once they do that, they'll all run down here. It just resets them. So I have built some things in here to kind of help them get out of the water, and that seems to help a bit. But the problem is I think they're falling through and falling down here. And I guess I could start. I guess I could build a ladder back up from down there, and see if that helps them. And then over here, well, they shouldn't be falling over here, but who knows? The pals are stupid sometimes. So I'll come back here, build a ladder here, and see if I can help them get up. But these do seem to help them quite a bit. Oh, and when you get later in the game, you're gonna start getting these things. This is while we're on bases and mining and operations and stuff. Let's go to B is for build. We'll go to other. So these items here, basically, as you build them, they help you give you bonuses, right? So this is improved mining speed. This is improved, worker speed or handicraft speed. This is advanced flame speed. So you can do that to give yourself a little bit of bonus to help them work a little bit more efficiently. So those are really helpful. Let's see. Oh, and then, let's see. And then, if you go on the map, I haven't used any markers, but there's a marker point here. And it's one of those things, it just hits you straight in the thing. So you hit marker, you can choose this. You can go, oh, hey, this is my mining base here. You can, put food. You can put, whatever you want to do. So, like, you're like, oh, hey, here's a really cool boss guy that I found. Or, here's my house. Or here's my buddy's house, right? So you can actually add markers so that if you do that, there's a lot of functions in the game that I'm like, oh, I wish this had this, and then I just didn't look far enough to find it. It's very helpful. Now, another thing that this is going to take a little bit of work for is if you get into the water, right? Like I'm out here in the water, and if I run completely out of stamina, like there's nowhere I can really I can climb up here, right? But sometimes you can't find a place, and if you don't have stamina, you can't climb out. What you can do, oops, wrong one. Keep hitting. If you have a water mount or a flying mount, you can throw the flying mount out or the water mount out, and then you hold F. I don't know if it works with flying mounts. I haven't tried it. Okay, it doesn't work with flying mounts. But if you have a water mount, and I'm out in the water, come on. Don't make a liar out of me. You worked yesterday. Where's she at? Why are you not working right now? There you go. So now I can get on my water mount. My stamina will rebuild. And then once my stamina rebuilds, then I can climb back out of the water. Right? So now I wonder if I want to jump back in there and see if oh, maybe that's what happened. Maybe I've noticed especially with your flying mount, if they're on a different level, they don't like freaking picking you up. Okay, so you can't jump on your flying mount. Maybe I just had to be closer to him. So if you're stuck in the water and you can't get out, and you have a flying mount or a water mount, you can throw them, jump on them, rebuild your stamina, and then be able to get out of the water. So because if not, the problem is you get down into that edge, and then you're just kind of hosed, and you can't do anything about it. So this one's gonna be a little bit shorter. It's not gonna be a lot of information here. It's just kind of, as I learn these, I'm gonna try to put them out and try to keep them a little bit shorter. Now, if y'all like these videos, please do me a favor, consider throwing a like on it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or you have little things that you found that are helpful to you and you think would be helpful to others, leave those down in the comments, and I'll do my best to incorporate those into a video for y'all. And then if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing that. It greatly helps. Thanks. You guys be safe. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.